because it doesn't make any sense. Why should we change the clocks twice a year, and why not have more sunlight in the wintertime? I don't see the problem. What's up, guys? So today, if you didn't hear the news, the United States Senate actually passed something that would make daylight savings time permanently. And I'm just trying to convince Fred here that that's a good thing. I don't know, maybe we should talk through it. We could go on the couch, sit down, have some tea. I don't know what you guys think about daylight savings time, but let's all sit down. I'm gonna grab some tea and then let's meet on the couch. Welcome back to Lee's Professional Channel on YouTube. How's everybody doing today? Got me a new coffee cup. So I kind of wanted to show that off a little bit. Or a teacup, I guess, since I don't drink coffee anymore. But it's been a while since we've done one of these type of couch chats. So I wanted to talk about something today that was in the news. And I saw it and was reading through a bunch of stuff on Twitter. And there's a lot of conflicted opinions and people they feel very strongly about this subject. So I kind of wanted to talk about it a little bit because it's been one that I've thought about for years and just never really put a lot of thought into. It's daylight savings time. Most places in the world twice a year, in the spring and in the fall, will change their clocks. They'll go ahead 1 hour in the spring, fall back 1 hour in the fall. And for years, this has been contentious. People either feel that we should switch to one. Most people, I think, feel that we should switch to just one. Most people don't like the idea of switching back and forth. But where it really becomes an issue is whether we should stick to daylight savings time or standard time. Now, the difference between those two, typically daylight savings time is in the summer, and that's when we spring forward in the spring. So the daylight savings time in the summer, we get basically the sun sets an hour later on the clock. And in the wintertime, we fall back to standard time, and that's when the sun sets a lot earlier. Now, where this becomes contentious is essentially a lot of people, the arguments that I've been kind of reading are arguing about, they tried this in the 70s, there was an energy crisis. So basically, when it came time to switch to fall back to daylight to standard time, they just didn't fall back. And they got part of the way through the winter, and they said everybody hated it and they wanted to switch back. So they went back to standard time and then kind of started doing the clocks back and forth again, rather than just staying on standard time. And the arguments that people are making have to do with kids getting injured at the school bus because it's dark when they go to the bus stop, and has to do with the sun rising a lot earlier, messing with our circadian rhythms. So there's all of these things that on the surface makes sense. And there's been studies done that have kind of looked into this, like what are the effects of time change. Depending on who you ask and depending on what people are using the studies, what opinion they're using the studies to try and support, daylight savings time is looked at as this evil thing and more people die in car crashes and all this stuff happens. Realistically, the time change has been a big deal. As far as we do see an increase in heart attacks, car crashes, those kind of things for a couple of weeks following the time change in both the spring and the fall. But there's nothing to really support daylight savings time causing more car crashes or overall. And that's kind of one of the arguments that I was reading that somebody said was that basically daylight savings time, there's more car crashes in the summer. Well, yeah, there's more car crashes in the summer. More people are getting out. More people are they're going on vacations. They're taking summer trips. There's a million other reasons why there might be more car crashes or more deaths in the summertime because people are out more. The weather's nicer. The other argument that I saw for to stay on standard time had to do with the school time, and school starting so early in the day, especially here in the U.S. I don't know what it's like in other countries, but in the U.S., like a lot of times, middle and high schoolers will start at like 7:30 in the morning or 8 o'clock at the latest, I think, depending on the district. Elementary usually starts at like 8:45 or 9 o'clock in the morning. The problem being, that's an early time either way. Whether you're on standard time or summertime or daylight savings, whatever you want to call it, either way, you're in the dark when you're waiting at the bus stop. I mean, I send my kids out to school every day. I've got 2 in middle school, 1 in high school. They go to the bus stop and they stand in the dark every single day because the bus comes and picks them up around 7 or 6:30. So it's really early when they're out there, and it's dark anyway. So my proposal is keep daylight savings time. Fred doesn't like it. Fred is against my proposal. He's a standard time guy. My proposal, though, is to keep daylight savings time. The law, what they just passed in Congress in the United States, and it passed to the Senate. It needs to pass to the House still, and get signed by the president, and then it'll become a law. And we just won't fall back again when it comes to fall. Now, there's some controversy around whether or not we actually will have to wait an extra year because of like businesses have to get used to it. I don't know exactly how that'll all work. But the idea being that we wouldn't fall back in the fall. I like that idea because personally, for me, when I get off work in the summertime, it's dark as it is. I would prefer to have a little bit more light in the evenings in the winter. And a lot more light in the evenings in the summer. So I don't see a problem with this. And realistically, what we should do, and I'm going to stick with the United States here, but because that's what I know, but what we should do, start school later. Start work later. There's no reason we need to be up before daylight. And if that means starting work and school an hour later in the wintertime, big whoop. Like, that really doesn't matter. We don't need to be up and have people at work at 7 o'clock in the morning or 6 o'clock in the morning. There is very few jobs, if any, that really require that. We need to get out of this mindset. To me, it's a mindset issue. To me, it's the United States is, not just the United States, all over the world is the same kind of mindset in a lot of ways, where we have to be, we've got all this set in stone. We have to be, this is our rigid schedule. We have a lot of 9-to-5 jobs, but we also have a lot of 8-to-4, 7-to-3, 6-to-2. When I worked years and years and years ago, when I worked in a gas station, I worked 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. on my normal day shift. That means that I had to be up at 4:30 to get ready to leave the house by 5 or 5:15 to get into work before 6 so that I could start my day. That's really early. And in the military, I had to be there early too, but a lot of times with the military, like, they're up there doing PT, they're doing all this stuff before, it's a little bit different culture. But realistically, there's no reason why we couldn't set different hours for our shifts for work and school and just everybody adjust to it. Once we get adjusted, it'll be fine. If we were to change things today and start working and having different school hours and that kind of stuff today, 20 years from now, it would be normal. Everybody would be like, oh, this is just what we've always done. Because we are very good at adapting to new circumstances, and I don't think that this is any different. It's my little tangent, my rant. I wanted to film something this week. I wanted to get something out, but I wasn't sure what I wanted to get out. And then I saw this news story, started reading it, and I was like, oh, I want to make a video out of this. So that's my rant on that. I'll take a break for some more tea. I mean, man, it has been a minute. I don't want to, I try to make these as short or as long as they need to be, but like, wow. Love the Mothman cup, by the way. I don't know how well that's coming out, but got that on my trip a couple weeks ago. I'll segue, real short little thing here at the end of the video, just to talk a little bit about the channel, because I did release a travel style vlog We went down to West Virginia and Kentucky, did some geocaching, and some people really liked it. I think some people, some of the feedback I got had to do with like the long segments of driving with just looking at the road and playing the music. And I will say that's kind of what I was going for. And I think, some things that I did learn from that is I want to add in maybe some different shots, some different angles, to make, break it up a little bit more and make it a little more exciting. But I'm kind of learning because I want to do some of these travel vlogs, like I said in that video, once a month, maybe once every couple of months, depending on how things are going. I will say I have something planned coming up. Not gonna say when, but I do already have the next one planned. So keep an eye out for that. And there's some different things I'm gonna try. Some things. There's a lot that I learned from that video. So bear with me as I learn through this process, and I'm gonna do what I want to do with the videos. There will be things when it comes to things like the height of the camera or the volume of the music, that kind of stuff. Those are the kind of things. The technical things are the things that I want to improve on. I want to get better on. Those are the things that I need your feedback on. If something technically could be done differently, or you think, hey, why don't you try doing this? When it comes to, I have an artistic vision for a lot of these videos, especially when it comes to the travel vlogs, the creative projects, the Reaper series, which I am still working on trying to get that done. Hopefully in the next few weeks. It's like I said before, it's been crazy this year, so just trying to get things back and going. But when it comes to things like that, I'm going to do what I feel is right for my creative vision for those videos. And when it comes to that kind of stuff, I can't please everybody. I've got this channel. I'm putting out what I want to put out. If you guys enjoy it, that's awesome, and I appreciate your support when you do. And so I just wanted to say that real quick because I saw some of those comments. Got some feedback from people that felt that some people really liked it, really liked the little segments. Some people not so much. It was a lot longer of a video, and I understand all of that. It's not for everybody. So if you like most of the stuff on my channel but aren't really into the travel vlog, I understand that too. Just because you're subscribed or watching my videos doesn't mean you have to watch and like every single one. And I don't expect everybody to, just because, I'm making the videos that I want to make that are to my taste, and I understand that not everybody's going to feel the same way about them. So, that being said, I want to throw out there again that I did recently start a Patreon, so I've got that set up. If you're interested, there's some perks in there, some behind the scenes stuff, some Discord stuff. If you're I've got a Discord server, something I haven't really promoted much, but I really should get back into promoting more. So I've got all of that, and yeah, I think that's all that I've got for this video. It's gonna be a little bit shorter. It wasn't really planned. It was kind of a last minute thing, so just wanted to get this out. And yeah, let me know down in the comments what you think about daylight savings time, and whether or not you think we should, do you like switching clocks twice a year? Do you think we should maybe stick to standard time? Do you like the daylight savings time? Just let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. And yeah, other than that, I'll stick a video up here over Frank. So go check that out. And as always, have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one.